want to check on Adam Silver because CaitlinClark just big-timed the NBA. She said, nah, I'm good on the three-point contest. You know how we were all speculating that it was going to be Steph Curry and Klay Thompson versus Sabrina and CaitlinClark? Well, Shams just reported that CaitlinClark will not participate in the NBA All-Star Special three-point shootout in San Francisco and wants her first three-point contest to be at WNBA All-Star in Indianapolis this summer.
CaitlinClark absolutely defied expectations and reshaped the NBA when she turned down the spotlight to make history in the WNBA.
Why she would want to do it anyway, I don't get it. If she did it, I would tune in and watch it. I'm not going to lie about that. And I said, I do believe the NBA, frankly, at this point, needs her more than the NBA. She needs the NBA.
Although CaitlinClark has undoubtedly never shied away from a big stage, she made it clear that accurate shooting is her first goal when she was given the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to compete in the NBA's three-point contest with NBA legend Stephen Curry. Not because she wasn't interested, but because she wanted to play in the WNBA on her terms for her league and her people first. Phenom declined the invitation.
Wants her first three-point contest to be at a WNBA All-Star game in Indianapolis.
Clark recognized a greater opportunity to bring the same energy and attention to the WNBA stage, even though it would have been unprecedented to have a female player compete in the NBA's All-Star Weekend. Her decision demonstrates her commitment to promoting
she obviously has the ability. You know, we've seen her make 50 out of 54 shots, but he expressed that concern as well. You know, it's very different shooting off of a rack, and that is something that does take a bit of practice. And from what we have seen in her workouts and all these different types of things, Caitlin is, I mean, I don't know her personally, but she seems like the type of person, if she's going to do this contest, she wants to win it. She seems psychotic. She seems to have that Kobe mentality. When I say psychotic in basketball, you guys, I mean that as a good thing. I think any great athlete is a little bit crazy. I think Caitlin is too, but in the best way.
Her move strengthened Clark's determination to deny the NBA recognition for an occasion that rightfully belonged to the WNBA and its fans. Clark has always taken the responsibility of promoting women's basketball. Clark's explanation was simple but profound. Instead of competing in her first three-point shootout on an NBA stage, she preferred to make her professional debut in front of the fans who have supported her from the start, those in Indiana and across the country who have followed her journey from Iowa to the WNBA.
Has made her decision. She will not be competing in this year's NBA three-point contest. Instead, she wants to keep it in where she's at, headquartered Indiana Fever. She wants to stay in Indianapolis, for the upcoming WNBA All-Star game, and that is where she will be competing in the three-point contest.
This decision is particularly significant in light of the ongoing conversations about media attention, sponsorship, and acknowledgement in women's sports. Players in the WNBA have fought for years to have their league given the same status and respect as the NBA. Instead of using her fame to promote an NBA event, Clark, possibly the most marketable female basketball player in recent memory, is using her position to further that cause. Rather, she is choosing to keep the momentum going in the WNBA.
In this Battle of the Sexes three-point contest in the NBA All-Star Game, in which people were anticipating Sabrina Ionescu and CaitlinClark versus a Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Splash Brothers type thing. And it has been reported from Sports Business Journal that CaitlinClark has declined to be a part.
The current NBA three-point champion has even commended Clark's range and bravery, recognizing that she has contributed to redefining the boundaries of the women's game. Clark, however, saw the wider picture and is simply postponing the opportunity until the appropriate moment rather than rejecting it outright. Instead of letting the NBA capitalize on her fame first, she is ensuring that the WNBA will be the one to perform when she hits the stage for the three-point contest. This action not only improves her rapport with her supporters, but also highlights how crucial it is to maintain women's basketball in the forefront of significant basketball debates.
Her range and the level of difficulty on her shots is obviously a very close comparison to the way that I play.
I was going to say CaitlinClark's been compared to you.
Yeah, but I think it almost robs her of the rest of her game because she's such a good floor, she has her overall, floor game. She's racking up, close to triple doubles every night, and
right.
her shooting ability is it's her superpower, but the rest of her game is
Clark is creating the foundation for the WNBA's All-Star Weekend to gain more prominence and media coverage by prioritizing it. Her ability to garner national attention has already changed the WNBA's game. Every choice she makes is examined and debated, and she is utilizing that power to improve the league in ways that very few people before her have. Clark's participation will guarantee that millions of people watch the WNBA's three-point contest, which has not historically received the same level of attention as its NBA equivalent because she prioritized her league. The WNBA will benefit greatly from this in terms of greater fan engagement, media coverage, sponsorships, and platform.
CaitlinClark effect is real, but these numbers make it even more incredible. The Indiana Fever just released their mid-season growth numbers. They sold out 100% of the season ticket inventory. Total attendance is up 264% from last year. Total attendance, which the season isn't over yet, has increased by over 200% on our way to 300. 186,000 fans have attended Fever home games, and 230,000 have attended the road games. No matter where CaitlinClark is playing, she's going to draw.
The future of women's basketball is impacted by this decision, not just one game. Clark understands that her responsibilities go beyond just designing the logo. The WNBA's growth narrative sheet is proving that the WNBA can thrive without stealing legitimacy from the NBA by documenting her best moments in the league. The surge in WNBA ticket sales is already evidence of her influence. Media sources are scrambling to cover her journey, and demand for Indiana Fever games is at an all-time high. At the forefront of this endeavor, Clark is making sure that the WNBA and its continuous growth continue to be the major focus.
$1,000 for a family of 4 to go to a WNBA game. That seems wild. It really does. The Clark effect.
Whether it's a special WNBA crossover event or Curry's guest appearance at the NBA's All-Star Weekend, Clark has ensured that each such confrontation has the right background, one that highlights the WNBA as an equal. Fans may expect to witness a scene that will be remembered in the annals of the NBA when Clark lights up the three-point contest. Instead, it's about choosing the right opportunity, and in true CaitlinClark fashion, she's making the right decision for the league, the game, and the fans who have supported her throughout the entire process.
As great as Steph is, we've seen Steph do that. There would be the novelty of Clark doing it alongside them. So she's the draw. But the more I read the article, also the more it sounds like a negotiation. And, getting Curry to participate in the WNBA All-Star game, if that is indeed an idea that's been floated, that would help boost Indianapolis. And so part of me thinks, all right, this is a back and forth and negotiation is still going to happen. And this is just creating suspense.
CaitlinClark's bold and strategic choice to skip the NBA's three-point contest in favor of waiting for the WNBA's event shows her dedication to promoting women's basketball and ensuring the WNBA gets the recognition it deserves by prioritizing her league and her fans. Clark is proving that she is more than just a player with each game-changing stroke and wise decision. She is a movement whose impact extends beyond the court, influencing the way women's sports are viewed and valued. She is changing the game and influencing its future in front of the fans who have followed her path from the beginning. It will be in a league when she eventually participates in the three-point contest.
CaitlinClark has changed the WNBA herself. No one else. The WNBA All-Star leader in votes in 2023 got 95,000 total votes. Clark got over 700,000 to lead all fan voters this year. And the turnout for voting for the WNBA All-Star game was 700% higher this year than last year. That's the CaitlinClark.
In addition to playing basketball, Clark is rewriting history, and this is only the beginning. CaitlinClark had every reason to prioritize herself during a first season that was filled with harsh criticism, questionable officiating, and minimal league protection. In order to support women's rights, she turned down the opportunity to play in the NBA's three-point contest against Stephen Curry, which would have provided her a large platform to showcase her skills on the biggest basketball stage and ensure that her first professional contest participation takes place in the WNBA. Clark's commitment to expanding the WBA is evident in her choice to prioritize the organization over the treatment she received the previous season.
Confirmed, she'll be in that WNBA three-point shootout. If an NBA player wants to go up against her, then they're gonna have to go to Indy. One scenario would have an NBA player such as Curry conceivably reciprocating and doing a similar shootout at the WNBA All-Star Game next summer. As much as I love the NBA All-Star has been suffering these past few years, and CaitlinClark is one of the biggest draws in basketball. Where she goes, fans follow. The NBA, Adam Silver, they all knew what they were doing inviting her. This was such a boss move that she turned it down. Some people are speculating that, oh, she's not comfortable shooting off of a rack. Yes, I'm sure someone like Caitlin would like adequate practice time before she goes into any shootout, but the reason she declined is because she wants to bring more eyeballs to the WNBA. All-Star is in her backyard this summer. She wants the eyeballs there. She once again continues to uplift.
Tough play that often went unpunished defined Clark's debut season. The defenders singled her out for excessive contact, some of which went beyond the lines of normal basketball aggression, such being hip-checked to the ground or shoved after plays. Many believed that Clark should have faced harsher discipline for the level of physicality he sustained, but the WNBA largely remained silent. Clark hasn't abandoned it in preference of competing in an NBA event that would have given her international prominence and enhanced her image, despite the league's failure to step in and set a precedent for protecting its biggest star. Given the potential advantages of taking part in the league's All-Star Weekend, such as increased sponsorships, higher television ratings, and more fans, Clark decided to promote the WNBA. Clark recognized a greater opportunity to preserve the WNBA's prominence, even if the NBA's three-point contest would have been an important event.